Welcome, my beauties. Welcome, welcome. Here we go. Hi to everybody on the recording. In this week's episode of Lidit's live show, we are going to talk about how you can create the confidence to become visible as a healer so you will earn a great living and make a real difference in the world. So let's give everybody who wants to join me here live a minute. And in the meantime, you can let me know what keeps you from feeling fully confident about your work and what you're most excited to learn today. And great, I can already see some people coming on live. Do let me know how you're doing today. Hi everybody, welcome. Do let me know how you're doing in the comments. Lauren, you're saying you're doing amazing. I love hearing that. Who else is here live with me? So this session is really for those of you who have already trained as healers. You actually have everything in place, but somehow you still feel like nothing much is happening in your business because you either don't show up at all with what you have to offer or you hold back. You self-sabotage because you don't feel fully confident. So I want to take you through what it takes to really become visible as a healer, to put yourself out there with confidence and attract your ideal clients with ease. And for each one of the things that you need in place, I will ask you to give yourself a score so that you can see clearly where you are at. Because awareness, clarity, that's always the first step in any process of transformation. But first, I really want to talk about why it's so important to feel confident. So let me know in the comments, why do you feel it's vital to be confident in your work? Hi, Kathy. You're in good spirits. I love hearing that. And you say you definitely hold back. Yeah, I feel you. Most of us do. It's something that we are taught as women, especially, to hold back. So why do you feel it's important to be confident? I mean, this is actually an easy one, right? I mean, if we don't feel confident, then we don't show up as who we are and with what we have to offer. And then we are invisible and we don't get clients. So we don't earn money and we don't get to help others. And that's sad, right? So confidence is key. What I'd also really love to know from you is, what would it do for you to create that confidence? What would change for you if you confidently put yourself out there? Kathy, you're saying you don't hold back on a personal level, but on social media. It's about making others believe in you. I love that definition. And that definitely means that you have to believe in yourself first. As soon as you believe in yourself, others are going to believe in you too. And yeah, I mean, it definitely can be a challenge to put ourselves out there on social media, but really it's the same thing as showing up confidently in your personal life. It's just maybe you have to get used to doing it on social media. You have to find out how exactly to do that. But I feel that if you're fully confident about who you are and your work in like offline, you can translate it online with ease actually. Of course, when it's about technology, when technology is tricky, Kathy, I mean, that's not really about confidence so much as, you know, know-how. That's definitely a learning process. Good. So, I mean, from my perspective, what changes if you show up really confident in who you are and what you do, you get to change lives because people actually notice you, the people who need you, and then they can get your help. And that means that you earn really well as a result. And of course, it feels fantastic because, you know, self-realization is what life is all about. So there are 6 things that you need in place to feel fully confident, and those already include everything that you need to do to build your business and everything you need to do in your business. I mean, the inner and the outer always flow together since all really is one, right? And that means that we need to address our businesses holistically if we really want to change lives. And what that requires first is that we change. Since building and running our business, you know, obviously, if it is a soulful business, if it really is our calling, then building and running our business is an act of sacred self-expression. And that means as we personally get to the next level, we take our business to the next level, and that also means that we can take our clients to the next level. And that's so beautiful, right? That is so beautiful that as we grow, our business grows, and that helps our clients grow. It's really win-win-win. So let's dive right in with the first thing that you need in place. Oh, let me quickly check your comments. I love all of that, Kathy. That's so beautiful. Exactly. It's about learning a new skill, your soul ambition. I love that wording. Helping others find their peace. I love that. That's so beautiful. Good. So the first thing that you need to feel confident and to build your business is getting crystal clear on your calling. Knowing your unique purpose you express through your work is a huge confidence builder. And it's also the foundation of your business. When you know in your bones what you bring to the table, and that's something that nobody else can, you know, and you offer that to your clients, I mean, that's when the magic happens. So, where are you at with that clarity on your calling? Please rate yourself on a scale from 1 to 10. 1 being like 1 is having next to no clarity at all, and 10 being crystal clear on your calling. This is about that inner calling, right? That essence, that soul core energy that you came with into this life that nobody else has. So where are you at with that clarity, that inner clarity on your calling, on a scale from 1 to 10? Don't think too much here, just write down the first number that comes to you, and if you want to share it with us in the comments. You're at a 10, Kathy. Oh my God, I love that. That's beautiful. That is amazing. So let's talk about what it takes to find that clarity for those of you who are not at a 10 yet. And the answer is soul searching, right? It's about getting to know the core of who you are, your essence, and your soul journey. And the only way that I know of doing that is shamanic journeying. I mean, if you want to do it fast, of course, you can get there. If you want to spend years and always, you know, have one piece at a time, yeah, you could definitely do it in lots of other ways. I mean, living life in general will definitely get you there sooner or later. But if you want to do it fast, if this is something that's really important to you, then I really recommend that you learn shamanic journeying. For those of you who have already started journeying, take a journey to your higher self or your shamanic clan if you have one. I mean, if you're initiated as a shamanic healer, you're going to have a shamanic clan. And this is going to help you a lot to receive that clarity on your calling, since your shamanic clan is always linked to that calling. Those are going to be the beings that have that same mission, or had that same mission when they lived, when they were incarnated. So this is really where you can ask the questions that burn inside of you and get clear answers that you can then start to act on straight away. And for all those of you who haven't studied shamanic journeying yet, you can do that with me. So let me know. Just send me a PM when you're ready, and I'll be there. And moving on to the second part that you need in place. Hi, Nicole. So happy to have you here as well. And great to know that you're at an 8. I love that. Okay, so the second piece that you need in place to boost your confidence and to build your business is knowing who you help and how you help them. So that's all about your ideal client and your signature offering. So once the soul searching is done and you are aware of your core energy and what you really bring to the table energetically, once you have that inner clarity on your calling, then it's time to get practical and have a look at your life experience and your skills to find out who you can help and how. Okay, and that's the outer clarity on your calling. And that means, who is your ideal client and what is your signature offering? It's those two pieces that build the outer part, the outer clarity of your calling. So where are you at with that clarity on who you help and how? Rate yourself on a scale from 1 to 10. 1 being next to no clarity at all, and 10 being crystal clear. Hi to everybody who's joining us just now. Do let me know how you're doing today and jump right in with what we're doing right now. I'm just gonna continue talking while I wait for your scores. So your ICA, your ideal client avatar, is the person who is at the beginning of a transformational journey that you have already successfully mastered and are now in a perfect position to help them with, to make it easier, faster, and more enjoyable for them. And that already brings us to how you help them, and that is your signature offering. So please don't get tempted into creating DIY courses for your people, especially if you are at the beginning. What you need to do is work closely with people to make sure that you really know what they need and how you can help them with that. That's ultimately why we can make a lot of money as healers, because we help people in big ways. And that's worth a lot. It's an energy exchange after all, right? But we can only do that if we are committed to getting our hands dirty and actually being there for our people. So your signature offering should be held one-on-one in the beginning, so that you can custom tailor the process to what the actual person in front of you needs, and later on you can expand into a group version to serve more people at the same time. Your signature offering should highlight your unique expertise and offer a very specific journey from a specific point A to a specific point B. It should offer real, tangible results to your client. And yes, that's possible for us healers, okay? People don't just want to heal. They want to heal for a specific reason. Maybe they want to improve their fitness levels, or their sex life, or their relationships, or their money picture. Okay, so it's something specific that they want and that they're ready to get help with. So ask yourself, what is the tangible result that they want that I can deliver? Okay? And once you know who you can best help and how, you're going to feel so much more confident and empowered. I can promise you that. Okay. At a 7 says Nicole, at a 9 says Kathy. That's amazing. And Nicole, I'm sure that this is gonna get clearer for you still as you go through the transformation. And hopefully afterwards you're gonna join us in the apprenticeship as well to really finish that path. Good, so once you have those two pieces in place, so that's the inner clarity on your calling and the outer clarity on your calling, then the third piece of it all is self-worth and the value of your work. It's about realizing what you bring to the table and how much it is worth to your ICA. So it's all about taking that confidence empowerment to the next level by learning to value your unique energy, experience, and skills, and knowing that it is worth so much to your ICA, to your ideal client avatar, so the general group of people that you can best serve. So ask yourself now, where are you at with that confidence in yourself and in what you do, in what you have to offer? How much do you value it? So rate yourself on a scale from 1 to 10. 1 again being, I don't value it at all, and 10 being, I value it as much as is possible. This is so important because if you don't know the value of what you have to offer, you're going to find it really difficult to become visible through your work, and with your work, and you're going to find it really difficult to sell your work as well. So the question is, what does it take to up that score? To know your worth and own the value of your work. You're both at a 10 again, Nicole and Kathy. Oh my God, I so love that. That's amazing. Hi, Erica. Beautiful that you're joining us as well. How are you today? I'm sure that many of you are not going to be at a 10. So let's talk about what it takes to up that score. What I really want you to do is think back to what it was like for you at the start of that transformational journey that you want to help others with. Okay? How long did it take you to finally get there? And how hard was it? How much did it hurt? How frustrating was it? How much time, money, and energy did it cost you to finally get to the other side? And then ask yourself, would you not have loved to have somebody by your side to talk to and expertly guide you through it all? And answering those questions will make you realize that what you have to offer is so valuable and so needed, and that it is your duty to become visible so that others can benefit from your own experience and expertise, from your challenges and your wins. That's what's going to make their own journey so much faster and so much more enjoyable. So that's really like love in action, right? Katya is saying many years and lots of pain and hurt. Exactly. Like when I think to myself, that journey of becoming a healer and actually earning a great living as a healer, it took a long time. It took 3 years. And I know that's relatively short for most people, but it really felt like an eternity for me. I was alone with a child. I was the sole provider for my son Lou. I was all alone with him. And it just, it really felt like forever. At first I had actually already, become a healer. I had studied shamanism for 1.5 years at that time. I'd finished my apprenticeship, but I was nowhere near earning money from what I could do, right? And it took such a long time to figure out how it works in a way that felt good, that was really aligned with who I am, And yeah, that wasn't so overwhelming, like not needing to be glued to the computer all the time and actually having time to enjoy my son. That was one of the hardest parts for me, that I felt like all of my time was going into my work and I didn't really, there was not much money coming back from it. So it felt, I felt guilty towards my son. So, oh my God, it was painful. And if I had like assistance, guidance, if somebody had been able to help me to shorten that process, oh my God, I would have absolutely loved to have that help. But I never came across any kind of program where I felt like, whoa, that's where my soul journey is actually valued and seen and gets integrated into my business. All I found in terms of business offerings were not working with that level of our existence, but I wanted that. I knew that my business growth was my soul growth at the same time. And I knew that I had inner blocks and that it wasn't just about implementing a strategy, because even if I did, it wouldn't work for me because I had blocks to being able to receive, for example, and lots of other kinds of things. So, I mean, I would have absolutely loved help with that. And now I'm really happy that I get to help others on that journey and make it so much easier for them. Hi, Nicole, you're saying you're on this journey for 7 to 8 years now, and 3 years is short. Yeah, I know. It's all relative, right? It's all relative. Oh, thank you, Kathy. Yeah, it's a beautiful story. It's also a heartbreaking story. There was so many lows for me in that journey, and I could have really, really needed that support. So now that's what I mean. That's why it's so important to figure out what transformational journey it is your calling to help others with, because you get to use that pain, that suffering that you experienced, how hard it was, and you get to make it easier for others who come after you. And that's the only way for me to be able to look back on everything that I've gone through and be like, yeah, it's okay, because now I can help others and make it easier for them. Good. So the fourth piece that we need in place is strategy and aligned action. Okay. You're always going to feel lost and disempowered and lose confidence if you don't have a great strategy that is easy to implement and helps you to become visible and see results, which means paying clients who feel so much better for working with you. And obviously, we need it to be like soul aligned action, right? Soul aligned strategy in our case. So, where are you at with that clarity on your business strategy and taking aligned action on it? Rate yourself on a scale from 1 to 10 again, 1 being I have no real strategy and I don't see results from my actions, and 10 being I have a solid, proven strategy and I implement it daily with great success. Every day is a school day. Oh God, hopefully not, Kathy. I mean, I don't have the best memories of my school time. Oh my God, the other day I was in a workshop that I was doing here locally about digital, uh, like business organization, meaning, because my business is expanding so much, I have a lot of paperwork and different files and stuff, and I was looking for a better way to organize it. And that workshop was awful. I felt for the first time, I felt like I was back in school. I was like, oh my God, it was awful. So yeah, hopefully in the school of life, it's a good school that we're following now these days. And 7 and 9, you're at. Oh, that's so good. I love hearing that. Okay, so what does it really take to see great results in our business? I mean, it really needs you to engage in aligned strategic action every day. So make sure that you have a sound strategy that's proven to work for you as a healer before you dive in, because it can be really frustrating to build that confidence and feel so optimistic, and then all you hear is crickets. I've been there, and there's nothing like it to bring your confidence back to zero. So I really find the biggest piece of it all is managing to change from a place of lack to a place of service, coming from a place of service within yourself, right? Like forgetting a little bit about, oh my God, I need to make money. Oh my God, is this gonna work? Putting all those doubts and yourself as the center of your struggling universe, putting that a little bit aside and being like, okay, how can I be of service to others with who I am, with what I have to offer? Always look at how you can serve, because selling is serving. If you don't offer something, people can't take advantage of it, and that's pretty sad. Okay, so you need to find a strategy that allows you to sell with soul, that is effective while you still feel good about selling. My soulful sales strategy is all about organic traffic from Facebook, which means you don't pay for ads. It means fostering real relationships with people online and offering your work to those who you know you can help in a one-on-one setting. And it's actually really easy. Okay, you first share your expertise in posts and comments, then you follow up with people in private messages, you friend them, you really care about them, you ask about them, you get to know them, and then you can offer a chat to those who are your ideal clients to help them get clarity on where they are at and what it takes to get to the other side. And often they will realize that they need help and they want help, and voila, then you can offer your signature offering to them and you have your first one-on-one client. So it's a super simple strategy, and if executed correctly, you can earn 5K months with ease working 20 hours a week. Now that's what I did last year. Like at the beginning of last year, I was still in a place where I earned like 1 to 2K per month. And what I was doing was I was running a lot of small live group programs. And they were difficult to organize, a lot to prepare, and I didn't earn that much from every sign up. And then I really shifted and I learned how to attract one-on-one clients. And I realized that I could charge so much more for that, not because it's a one-on-one setting, of course that's part of it, but also because I was helping people in a bigger way. So I needed to get really clear on who it is exactly that I help and how I can best help them. And once I had that signature offering, it was really easy to get one-on-one clients. And I started to have those 5K months all of a sudden. And I at the same time, I was able to not work as much anymore. I used to work like 40 hours a week, and that was way too much, alone with a little one and no kind of babysitting at that time. So that was a real lifesaver for me, because I was really feeling like I was nearing burnout. And then at the end of last year, I had accepted too many one-on-one clients and I was earning a really great living, but I was exhausted. So I realized, okay, it's the next phase in my business that's starting. And now I cut back on one-on-one work and I'm offering that big kind of help in a group setting now. And that's really helped me to get back into balance with everything. So that's the next step. But the first one, if you haven't worked a lot with one-on-one clients yet, then that's the first step, because that's where you find out who that person really is, that group of people, what they need, and how you can best serve them. That's how you perfect your offering. So you need to do that before you start to think about offering a group program. And yeah, once you are at that place where you feel like you can expand into a group version, it gets a little bit more complex. So because you can't custom tailor the content anymore, so you need to have content ready for people that they can do by themselves. So again, you need that experience before you're able to create that content, otherwise it won't be exactly what they need. And then you also need the funds to pay for insurance and Facebook ads, because at that time you will definitely need them. And you will also need to invest more time to do a launch, or you will need to hire help. So wait until your business is highly profitable before investing your time and money in expanding that way. But once you're there, obviously it's great, because you can offer the same offering to a group and scale your income that way. Now that was obviously a short overview. Again, can't get into all of the details here, but you're welcome to ask questions right now about this if you want to. Kathy, you're saying I'm a hands-on therapist, but I now realize that can be difficult in lockdown, so I need to reach people in different ways. Yeah, and I mean, working online is mostly about teaching, right? And the problem is that some healers aren't good teachers, which is fine, right? So then it gets a little bit more difficult because obviously the online setting is great for learning and less great for the hands-on experience that you can provide for people. But for example, with my apprenticeship, I definitely do both. I found ways for people to get that hands-on experience locally because they have practice partners that so I see them online, I guide them through that practice, and they are live there with their practice partners who are local. So there's always ways to navigate around that, whatever your expertise is. And I mean, I love that freedom of being able to work from anywhere. I mean, I've never really been one to stand still for long. I love traveling, and actually right now this is the longest I've been in one place for over a year now in years and years and years. I've moved 10 times in the past 2 years alone. So yeah, I mean, I love that I get to do my work from anywhere. I spent the whole month of January in Bali and was working from the pool, which was just incredible. Nicole, you're saying the mistake I made was release an online workshop in 2018 without having online followers or engaging in meeting people online. I was focusing too much on my in-person clients who were already getting from me what they needed. Yeah, I see lots of people doing that actually. Like creating a whole online course, and it's a lot of work to create the content and to record the content and all of that, and then you have nobody to sell it to, and that's because people don't know you yet. And the only way they will get to know you if you actually invest time in working with them one-on-one, if you actually get to know them and their problems. And once you've gotten to know that general group of people really well, of course, at that point you can do a DIY course. That's when people will already have gotten to know you and your work a bit, and then you will start to build a following. And the thing is, you don't need a following from the start. If you start working with one-on-one with people, then you're gonna create that following one by one, right? You can really just as a person reach out to another person. You don't need a following for that. And once you've been doing that for a while, you know, people talk, and then you're gonna just attract more and more people, and it's gonna become natural. Hi Chandel, lovely to have you here as well. How are you today? So your question is, Nicole, how do you engage organically with people on Facebook? Do you use your personal FB page or your business page? I also hear that one can't advertise for one's business on one's personal page. Good question. Now, I would definitely recommend you do both. And of course, on your personal page, you need to stress your personal life more, but there's no reason why you shouldn't talk about your business. Of course, you can't only talk about your business, because Facebook notices these kinds of things, but that only becomes a problem once you're getting more well-known, because Facebook can't just, you know, they can't police everybody. So they're focusing more on the bigger people. But yeah, I definitely recommend caution when you do that. But obviously, mention your business. It's part of your life, right? It would be ridiculous if we couldn't do that. But another really amazing place to connect to people is groups. Find out which groups your ICA hangs out in and post there, connect to people there, friend people from that group, and definitely build your personal network. Like last year, my personal network was my biggest source of income. This year, it shifted to my group since my personal profile was shut down by Facebook at the beginning of this year, but I had my group left, so I shifted my focus on that. But before, it was definitely my personal profile where most of my clients came from. Good. So to sum this up, it's really important to know what you're doing in your business, okay? Your strategy, the bigger picture, as well as the daily step-by-step actions that you need to take. And that will make sure you feel confident once you know what you're doing. Good. And the fifth piece that you need to have in place is experience. You need to do the work to feel confident. You will never feel ready unless you decide that you're ready enough and you start doing it. You will never feel confident if you don't see the amazing results that people get from working with you. And that's when your purpose becomes real, tangible. And then, that's so incredibly beautiful when you know that you make a real difference in people's lives. So where are you at with gathering experience? So rate yourself again on a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being I'm a newbie and scared to start, and 10 being I'm super experienced in my work and changing lives big time. So, waiting for your scores, I'm going to continue to talk about what it takes to actually get that experience. The answer is obviously start practicing. So, you can do free or reduced price sessions if you're brand new, but just start, just get in the flow and experience the results of your magic. And if you're already a little bit more experienced, start talking to people on the phone and sign them up as clients. And if you don't feel fully confident about charging what is really worth your work, then you can offer a beta price in the beginning for the first, say, 3 clients to make sure that you feel more comfortable and confident in selling your work. Any questions about this 5th important foundation of confidence? Kathy, Nicole, I love that you have so much experience already. That's beautiful. Now, the 6th and last piece of all of this is healing and self-love. Okay, for all of the first 5 parts to actually work, you need to heal whatever deeper wounds hold you back from going all in and doing all of that. So for most of us, those are wounds that affect our self-worth and self-love, and therefore our confidence. We need to feel worthy of making money doing what we love. It's a big one for many of us. You need to believe and know that this is your destiny and that you are worthy of it and capable of it. So where are you at with the awareness of what holds you back and the healing of that? Rate yourself again on a scale from 1 to 10. 1 being I have a long way to go, and 10 being my self-love and healing journey are super advanced. For you, there's this gap again, Kathy, between the offline and the online work. Yeah, that's definitely a transition. If you started with working offline and you need to take it all online, it's definitely a learning curve. Just get somebody to help you with it. That's really my advice. Don't try to do it all on your own because it is very different. Easy enough once you know how to, though. So you can do it. Good. So what does it take to advance that healing with ease and do it quickly? Shamanic healing is my go-to. In a shamanic healing session, the core of the problem, the soul level energy, is worked with directly. And that's why change can happen so quickly and miraculously here, instead of us trying to manipulate our thoughts and emotions and behaviors, ending up struggling. The other levels can't fall into place when the soul is out of alignment. To really heal, we need to receive back the soul pieces that we've lost in the course of our lifetime, and we need to give back the ones that we've taken on from others that are not truly ours to begin with, because they weigh us down. So you can learn how to do this for yourself with me in the transformation and the apprenticeship, but I always recommend that you let somebody else do soul retrievals for you, because it's a big energetic process and it's easier on your system and more effective too if you don't need to give yourself over to the process at the same time as holding the energy for it. I offer one-on-one shamanic healing sessions, And so do the ones that have trained as my apprentices. So reach out to me if you need this. And if I don't have availability, then I can refer you to one of my own shamanic healers. Good. Any questions about this? Because this is really it. That's really what I wanted to share. I've given you tons of advice here that really works for me and my clients. And I hope that you have taken something away from this that you can implement straight away. And I love that some of you are scoring so high, but I know that those who score low normally don't share so much. So if that's you, then please don't get discouraged, okay? This might just mean that you're being hard on yourself. The more critical you are of yourself, the lower you're going to score. And of course, it might also mean that there's a way to go yet for you until you have everything in place, but that's okay. Okay, just go over what I said again. You can watch this again on the recording. Decide on one thing that you can start doing today for each of the 6 things that we talked about to make a step in the right direction. And then step by step, you'll get there. And some of you I know will need and want help with walking this path. And so I'm really excited that I can offer you 2 one-on-one spots from my holistic business coaching program at the moment. This is the first time in 7 months that I have availability. So I hope you will jump at this opportunity if you need help. This is where I will walk you through business and bliss one-on-one. It's a 3-part process that I've been teaching for the past 2 years to many women all over the world. And it could also be called self-love through soulful sales, because that's really what it's all about in a nutshell. The first step is to heal your specific wounds that hold you back, which we do through shamanic healing, where I'm going to work on you, and self-care practices that you can do for yourself that are custom tailored to your needs. And this really creates the foundation of self-love and self-worth and wholeness that you need to become visible as a healer. And the second part is getting crystal clear on your calling, on your unique essence and gifts, on your mission, okay? So this goes deep into who your ideal client is, what transformational journey you help them with, and how. That is your signature offering, which we will craft together to make sure it's right from the start so that it will become the center point of your business. And the third part then is learning about how to sell your offering to your ideal client with soul, so that you never feel salesy and instead people approach you for help, and it will just feel amazing to be able to offer your work to them on your terms. And we'll also work on your money mindset together so that you'll actually be able to receive back abundantly from your heartfelt work, because that's a big stumbling stone for many of us. And we'll do all of that in just 2 months, which means that you could accept your first paying one-on-one clients in September or start your first group program if you bring the necessary foundation. I can teach you how to do both successfully from the start. Business coaching is really one of the things that I love doing most. It's one of the best parts of my work, and I'm really good at it. Many of my clients sign 4 to 5 one-on-one clients in the first month after working with me, even if they start at 0. Carolina, for example, started from scratch with me, and it took her only 3 months to sign her first one-on-one clients. And this is also for those of you who already make money as a healer, but not enough, or in a way that feels exhausting. Karen, for example, had tried many strategies but never signed a one-on-one client before working with me, and then she signed 4 clients right away and then another 4 a few weeks later, and that meant that she was booked out in her business. Jacqueline had been in business for a long time when she started working with me. She was a great healer, but she felt like she wasn't earning enough. And when she implemented what she learned with me, she signed 1 client after the other, starting when we hadn't even finished working together yet. And she increased the cost of her offering with every client that she signed until she got to 5,000 euros. And she still sold that offering really well with confidence, because she finally knew what her work was worth, and she was able to cut back on time while making way more money than before. So that's really what I'm all about, helping you achieve big results for yourself and your clients in a relaxed, aligned, feel-good way. Yeah, and this is it. And I've also thought about something really cool to make sure that you feel fully confident from the start. If you don't have any experience yet, then you'll be able to offer a taster sessions to our beautiful women in this circle right here on completion of our time together. And you can do that either one-on-one with one particular woman, or you could also go live here in this group if you want to start doing group programs to really practice your art and get amazing feedback before you start to offer what you do for money. So if this sounds like just what you need to get your calling and your business to the next level, then let's have a chat to see if we are a good fit for working together, because you all know me. I only accept those who I know I can really help big time. The link is in the description for you, and I'm also going to pop it into the comments right now. Here we go. So on that call, you'll be able to ask all your questions about this opportunity, and where I will ask you questions in turn to understand exactly where you are at and exactly where you want to get to see if working together is a good fit. Now we have a little bit of time left for any questions that you might have about business and bliss or the content of the session. I'm all ears. You're so welcome, Nicole. I'm happy it was beautiful and insightful. Good, not seeing any questions coming up. I love it when I'm clear. Everybody who's on the recording, if you have questions, obviously just pop them in the comments and I'm gonna get back to you there and then. It's important if you have, if you comment on the recordings for all sessions, always tag me in the comment. Because if you just write the comment and you don't tag me, it can be really difficult to find those comments again afterwards, especially if there's lots of comments for that live. Okay, so make sure you tag me and then it's gonna be really easy for me to find your comments. Good, lots of love to all of you, and I'm gonna see my transformation members and apprentices later on for our sharing session. Lots and lots of love. Mwah. Bye bye.